Going down, it's your boy Juicy J. Our hustle is our hustle, man. That's what you're watching right now. It's going down.
Papoose, Kendrick Lamar, my dude Rambo. Our hustle. Yeah.
Welcome back to the Hip Hop Report. This is Rambo Hustle, and today we're discussing Papoose and his attack on 50 Cent, dropping a 5-minute diss record towards Fifth. For those of you who only champion the dollar, for those of you who only champion success by the means of sales, money, and revenue, then to you, you're just gonna go, oh, who's Papoose? Because that's how non-hip hop fans address somebody targeting somebody they respect, if you can even call it that. I would say that if you champion someone based on their success of revenue, you're just championing the dollar. You just really have no moral compass to determine, or even hip hop knowledge to determine if somebody's attack or song or diss is even worth replying to. You guys did the same thing to Damani. You did the same thing to King, who, you know, in your defense, did more of a meme attack more so than a musical. But even Damani, I think, you know, one of the best things that we've gotten from this beef, which to me is still residual from the Drake and Kendrick beef, is the fact that we got bars. We've actually been introduced to, and it's revealed artists that we, previous to these past couple weeks, were not in tune with. Nobody was talking about Damani. Nobody was discussing his ability to be lyrical and to be an artist, and now checking for him for future to do freestyles and interviews. So if nothing less, the concept of competition, as it's always done through the history of hip hop, has once again proved to be a revealing factor for talent and what we should be watching out for. And to where a lot of people go, oh, well, it's all the old heads that are actually putting in work and delivering music. No, there's young talent out here putting in work, delivering quality music, quality lyrics, quality concepts, and actually speaking about things. The difference is that's not the people that are going to be platformed into the radio, into commercialism. And, you know, because of that is why you have to do your own work. That's the difference between being a fan of hip hop or just somebody that just listens to hip hop occasionally when something strikes your interest. You know, again, we don't get into gossip. We don't get into things outside of the music because that's what other hip hop websites do, because they can't get traction, or at least they want to get the most traction possible. Or with us, I'm not concerned with that. I don't care if my videos get 10 views. I don't care if they get 10,000 views. As long as we're representing the culture with respect and championing what should be championed. 50 deserves to be jumped because of the way he's moved. And this is, again, why I say that it's very obvious that 50 and Drake are on the same mind state. You know what I never understood? How 50 Cent can be signed to Dre, who signed Kendrick, and side with Drake. To me, that is the first example that I saw of someone who can't be trusted because the only thing they value is the dollar. You know, it's funny, when I was in LA and Game had his big breakout and the whole GU-Not movement started, the slogan for Black Wall Street was stand for something or fall for anything. And to me, that is actually 50 Cent's Achilles heel. The fact that the only thing he stands for is his own money, his own wins, his own success. He doesn't care about the moral posturing or the values that he represents publicly. He just cares to say, hey, I made more money than you, so I am better than you. Me, when I see somebody, artist, politician, whoever, that thinks in this way, I have to separate myself. I have to separate myself from the ignorance of someone who only sees the value of a dollar and doesn't care how that dollar is earned. After all, that's how Epstein Islands are actually built. That's how people get away with those kind of crimes for such a long time, and nobody says anything because everyone is like, well, if I say something, then I'll miss out on money. But all money is not good money, just like all publicity is not good publicity. Take this Papoose record, for example. If what he says is true, then in the span of that, now you understand why 50 Cent hasn't really had any family life, any public relationships. Now, I don't know if this is true. I'm just saying this is what he said on the record, among so many other things and so many other lines that, you know, again, if you are a fan of hip hop for real, and you champion hip hop, and you champion what hip hop is about, which is lyrics, skill, delivery, and just on record presence. Now, is this record a hit record? No. But does this record land a few punches? I would even say a combo. But because a lot of the fans that now are hip hop fans, the same people that follow people like academics and listen to Adam 22 talk about nothing with people that don't represent the culture correctly and with respect, is the same people that are going to tell you, oh, who's Papoose? Those same people probably don't even listen to 50. They're just fans of 50, the personality, the guy that trolls, the guy that's funny, the guy that appeals to you with humor. I myself, I'm a pretty petty guy when somebody does me wrong, and anybody who's ever crossed me knows that. And I think because of that, I understand the 50 mindset. I understand being in that mindset. What I don't get is living in that mindset. I'm not thinking petty every single minute of my day. I feel like for somebody as busy and as successful as 50 is, to have the time to be on social media, to posting memes and having his team generate graphic design images of people to embarrass them and attack them. And, you know, a big hit that 50's actually been taking across all this is the fact that he never has issues with anybody outside the black community. He's never calling out white people, business people. He never takes on any fight that is going to cost him money. And that, my friend, is where the concept of the money is the rule of all evil comes from people that only move for the dollar. With that being said, Ramble Hustle for the Hip Hop Report. Stay safe, stay true, and stay morally sound.